Hey, we are excited. We have one of our buds in the studio. Monta's with us. What's up, Monta? Do you even know why you're here?
I really don't know. I have no idea.
We have Monta to come visit because we have a guest on the show today, a very special guest.
Someone you're
the
a big
man of
fan
your dreams.
The man of your dreams. Well done.
Literally.
Mystery man on the hotline. Would you like to say hello?
Hello.
I wish you could see her face.
Hello.
So Monta walks into the studio and... Uh-oh. He just called me out.
Yeah.
Robert Englund is joining us, and Monta is a huge fan.
Did you see Monta's necklace?
Monta's wearing
Yes.
a Freddy Krueger
Are you really?
hand necklace. She had no idea she
It's
was coming to
October.
talk to you today. But it's
Well, you know,
October.
if you have the claw around your neck, that means we're going steady.
Perfect.
When you're going steady, that means you're ready for Freddy.
This is already my favorite thing that's happened today.
When was the first time you ever saw Freddy's movie?
1986.
Robert's movie, sorry.
1986.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old are you? Like 4?
3.
3. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're ruined.
So before we get back into all of your life, we're going to take a break because we have some very important business to take care of in just a moment. Big D, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Robert Englund, our guest. We'll come back, talk more with him next. Hang on.
You breathed. I didn't know.
Hey, Robert Englund's joining us on the hotline as we're getting ready, of course, this time of year. I think we've had you on every year,
Every
Robert.
Halloween.
I think
yeah,
so.
we try.
One of the greatest.
I usually have special projects around this time of year, and it's just great to keep in touch with the fans at my favorite time of the season.
Yeah. What is this? This new
The thing
show
on
that you're
Epics.
doing?
Yeah, I narrated this huge, hours-long compendium of horror, the Blumhouse compendium of horror, and I'm finally seeing it. I just got back from Spain, and I've been binging it, and I'm really happy, to get on the phone and tout this thing because it's the research team on it and the people that went out and found stills and clips. They did such a deep dive, and they all have such great taste. You get to see images from the entire history of the horror film, from silent films all the way up to yesterday. But it's not the cliche, typical image you always see from The Exorcist or Rosemary's Baby or Phantom of the Opera. They have really original new stuff. And they also, sort of picked out some films that I remember from my childhood that just blew my mind. Like, I don't know if you guys are probably too young, but there was this great film back in the early 50s called Them, about the giant ants. And it had this really weird sound effect, for the ants made. And they talk all about it. And I was learning things. I didn't even know that movie was up for an Oscar for special effects. So I kind of feel vindicated, that some movie I saw when I was 7 years old was nominated for an Oscar.
How was it a good thing for you to watch how, is this just the sound right here?
It's the ant.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sound. Oh, and you can't improve upon that. It makes me itch right now. It makes me scratch myself right now.
Robert, how does seeing how horror movies and scaring people in cinema has changed over the years from the 30s to today? Like with Nightmare on Elm Street, I mean, that was a whole nother thing. Did you learn a lot just how your own movies were done?
Well, one of the things I think that's changed and really helped is the use of music. And there's a great sequence in Compendium of Horror where John Carpenter talks about he didn't have any money to make the movie Halloween, and he's a musician and loves music and rock and roll and classical music, and how he wrote the theme out for that based on something he used to play on bongo drums. I don't even know how he made that transfer. So I think music has really aided, in the scares, but also obviously, and we all know this is special effects, have just gotten so incredible. It used to be, you had to try to pitch under budget, when you would talk about a horror movie and how you wanted to do certain things. Now, just about anything you can think of or imagine, you can create on film with CGI.
Yeah. I remember the Halloween was a $300,000 budget.
Oh my gosh!
which
And it
was
launched an
nothing.
empire.
Listen, I lived upstairs from a guy in the prop department on that film, and I was doing nothing. I was, collecting unemployment, and drinking Heineken and watching daytime TV, and he asked me to help him pick up leaves. And we went around the neighborhood where we lived in Hollywood and picked up leaves and put them in garbage bags because they had to throw the leaves in front of a fan when Jamie Lee Curtis was walking down the street to make it look like we were somewhere other than Pasadena, that we were in the Midwest somewhere where we really had seasons.
I didn't know that
It's
there
a little
was
magic. So now when we see that scene, we can be like, Freddy Krueger picked up that leaf.
That's me throwing those leaves.
Hey, how do we watch this this show of yours? This compendium of horror.
Yeah, it's on the Epix channel, you guys, and because I just got back, I just went to the Epix channel, EPIX, and went to Blumhouse Compendium of Horror, and I hit episodes, so you can go back and watch the early ones, which start way back in the silent films, but they're so interesting, because you deal with Lon Chaney and Phantom of the Opera, man, all that stuff coming all the way up. And you see that origin story of horror in early film. But it's great. And I still have more to watch, but I just watched the one about the 70s. And the episode about the 1970s is incredible.
Robert Englund is our guest, as we'll come back and talk more with Mr. Freddy Krueger next. Hang on. Robert Englund is joining us. Of course, you know him as the iconic boogeyman Freddy Krueger. And getting ready.
Mr. Krueger to you.
Okay, we have one of your super fans, as we told you earlier here. And I don't know. Manta, you haven't said anything. What would you like to ask Robert
Nothing.
Englund?
I would just like to listen to Robert talk all day. That's it.
Oh, that's why you're here. You're here to help interview him.
Okay.
What are you going as for Halloween?
Freddy Krueger?
Do you know she told me when she walked in this morning again, she did not know that you were going to be on the phone, sir. And she said, well, I only had two things I could have worn today, my UT-shirt or one of my two Freddy Krueger sweatshirts.
It was cold this morning. I haven't unpacked sweatshirts, and I have
These are the
Freddy year-round.
A lot of the young ladies now are dressing as Freddy.
Yes.
Sometimes they dress, with some burns on their face, or sometimes just a scratch on their face, like Freddy got too close. And sometimes they wear the big clunky Freddy Doc Martin boots, or sometimes they wear stilettos. And I guess they're like a slutty Freddy.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
So what is
She has.
They're like a mini skirt.
I have the
know they
sweater
get more
dress.
candy than the guys dressed as Freddy.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the sweater dress. I was
I do.
about to ask Robert what his thoughts are on the sweater dress. It's like
I have
it
two
looks
versions,
like,
yeah.
It looks like the Freddy sweater,
You
but
have to
longer.
belt it.
Right. Yeah.
You have to belt it, and you wear the old opera hose, the old nylon
Right.
stockings, and then it's a big
Fashion
decision
advice
whether
from
to go
Freddy
with
Krueger.
high heels or boots. And you have to decide how close Freddy got. One little scratch or three little scratches on your cheek maybe always helps. And you have to have that fedora,
Right,
Freddy's
yes.
hat. And get yourself a claw. Or what some of the girls are doing now is they do those special press-on nails. They have their nails done in red and green stripes to match Freddy's sweater.
Yeah, I have a couple glove options. I prefer the one from 3 with the hypodermic needles. So that's my usual go-to.
Oh yeah, well that's
Yeah.
the what a rush glove with the,
Yes.
the
Correct.
blue stuff on the that looks like hypodermic syringes.
Yes.
Robert, your life is fascinating.
Yeah, it is. Robert, could you, as Freddy, just give Manta here a little,
Little scare?
a little
love?
scare, a
Little love.
yeah.
Trick or treat.
Robert Englund, one of the best. Robert, thanks so much. We'll talk to you next year, I guess.
Okay, I hope you get lots of candy. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right, bye. And everybody check out Blumhouse's Compendium of Horror on Epix.
Wow, we have videos,
Yeah, that was
lots
great.
of them,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than just the one you watched. We got more and more and more and more.
Yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or we'll tell your mom.